Good day, everybody. Welcome to episode 7 of my tutorial series for beginner players in Minecraft. Today, we will be looking at how you can use the Never dimension to travel vast distances in the overworld. For this purpose, I've created a super flat world, which would suit our needs to look at the mechanics for this purpose. In episode 5, we looked at how to build and activate a Nether portal. Please visit episode 5 if you are unsure how to create a Nether portal and activate it. I have mentioned previously that the coordinates in the overworld has a direct relationship to those in the Nether. Let me explain what I mean with this. Each block in the Nether represents 8 blocks in the overworld. This means if you enter the Nether through a portal and walk 20 blocks in the Nether and then exit the Nether through another portal back to the overworld, you would be 160 blocks away in the overworld from where you originally started. Let's look at a practical example which would be easier to understand. I have built two Nether portals to showcase this. The X and Z coordinates of the portal over there is 5000 and 4000, and the X and Z coordinates of the portal right where I am is at 5000 and 4160. So you can see from 4000 over there to 4160 over here, there's 160 blocks between the two portals. If we take 160 blocks and divide that by 8, we get 20 blocks. So if I enter this portal, I should only be 20 blocks away from the portal on the other side. So let's do that quickly and show you. Alright, so I just spawned in the Nether, and if I go over here, you will see there's the portal on the other side. There's 20 blocks between the two portals, and if I exit on this side, you will see that I am now 160 blocks away. This mechanic can be utilized to great effect. Running 8000 blocks in the overworld, for instance, takes a long time, but you can travel the same distance if you run only 1000 blocks in the Nether and exit via portal on the other side. If you were to use a railway system to travel in the Nether, or even flew with an Elytra, the travel time would be shortened considerably. Using rails to travel anywhere would be covered in a later episode of this tutorial series. Another very important concept to understand is that you can use the Nether coordinates to calculate exactly where in the overworld you would emerge from a Nether portal. Vice versa, you would also be able to calculate exactly where in the Nether you would emerge if you enter a Nether portal from the overworld. This might sound confusing, so let's clarify it a bit. If your coordinates in the overworld is x 5000 and z 4000, which is the exact coordinates of this portal, you would spawn in the Nether at coordinates x 625 and z 500. The reason for this is that you take your x coordinate of 5000 and divide that by 8, and your z coordinate of 4000 and divide that by 8 as well. This might take some practice getting used to, but it's actually quite easy once you grasp it. The easiest way to get used to this is to take note of your coordinates on your F3 screen in the overworld, and then to enter the Nether and take a look again at your coordinates. You should have an exact 8-to-1 relationship between the coordinates in the overworld and the Nether. So let's look at a practical example of this. If I stand on top of this portal and hit F3, you will see that I'm at 5000 and 4000. 5000 being my X coordinate and 4000 being my Z coordinate. So let's enter into the Nether. Alright, you would see that my X coordinate is at 622 and my Z coordinate is at 502. It is off by 1 or 2 blocks, but it's just because of the portal that spans 4 blocks at least to be able to activate. So you will see that there's an 8-to-1 relationship from my coordinates in the Nether and my coordinates in the overworld. Now that we looked at the 8-to-1 relationship between your overworld coordinates and your coordinates in the Nether, we need to take a quick look at the relevance of a y coordinate in either the overworld or the nether. Your y coordinate, if I hit my F3 screen, is currently at minus 60. This is because I'm in a super flat world, but the concept still applies. When you build a nether portal in the overworld, a portal is spawned automatically in the nether. The portal might be high in the nether, at a high y coordinate, or at a very low y coordinate. Should you wish to emerge at a different height, you will need to break the portal in the nether and build another portal at the exact same coordinates for Z and X, but at a different height for Y. Minecraft will automatically link the two portals since they are on the same coordinate. This is also, at first glance, a confusing concept, but let's look at the practical example by going back into the nether. Alright, if I come and stand on this portal for the moment and I hit my F3 screen, you will see that my Y coordinate is at 82. If I do not want to work with the nether where this portal is located, and I want to go either lower or higher, I need to build a portal at the exact same X coordinate 622 and Z coordinate 500 to be able to link up with the overworld, and I also need to break this portal. So let's break this portal. The portal that's in the overworld will still exist, but it won't be linked to any other portal. It might link up with the portal over there just because that's the only one that is available. Let's say that I want to link my portal to the roof of a nether. You can actually go to the roof of a nether, but that is something we'll take a look at in another episode. Let me just get into the hole that I already dug. And we go up. This is the roof of a nether for example. We need to be at 625 and 500. So let's just get over there. Sorry, just close that. 625 and 500. And we can just build our portal here. Just quickly do that. Apologies for the F3 screen. Alright, and this should now link up to my overworld portal. So let's go through. And it's nighttime. Okay, anyway, so I'm over here at the moment. It linked up correctly. If I go back in, you will see that I spawn at the exact same place. So if I go back down and I go to this portal over here, I will emerge on the other side, right at the village. So that is the way in which you can manipulate the height at which you spawn, either higher or lower, when moving through a portal. If you want your portal to be on a mountain, for instance, or any other elevation, you need to break the portal that you don't want to use anymore and rebuild it at the same coordinates but at the elevation you need, and it should link up fine. Just one other pro tip regarding portals. If you intend to break a nether portal in the nether, you need to make sure that you have a flint and steel with you. If you break the portal and you don't have a flint and steel with you, you won't be able to activate it again in the nether and you will be stuck. The only way to get back to the overworld would be to kill yourself. And it has happened to everybody out there, and I myself have been the cause of my own death in the same way. Please contact me in the comment section if you have any questions in this regard. A seasoned Minecraft player would not have problems with using the 8-to-1 relationship in the nether and to link up with overworld portals, but it could seem like a daunting concept to new players. The only advice that I can give is to practice in creative mode until you are comfortable with the mechanics before venturing into survival mode. Thank you for watching this tutorial. Please consider subscribing and remember to hit the notification bell to be notified of future episodes. Enjoy your day wherever you are, and goodbye.